Well, we made it to Fisherman's Bay. Quite the place to come and check out. Definitely would suggest anybody to come if they ever get the chance to come camping out here. It took us about over 2 hours. So 2 hours and 10 minutes roughly, just over 2 hours to get here. But we paddled for literally zero amount of time. Having the trolling motor here was kind of perfect. So we made it all the way Fisherman's Bay campsite and figured I would show you guys around. There is actually at the far end over there, there's a little dock, and they don't want you using the dock permanently. So we stopped there and we came and checked it out, and then we decided to come bring our canoe all the way here. We're just gonna park this there instead. What I liked about it is that gigantic glacier at the back there. It's just an amazing view. Amazing view. So we are on, I think it's campsite number 3. There's actually 8 of them here. And don't look at the map when you come in, because the numbers on there make no sense. The map is completely off. And this is going to be our home just for tonight. Actually, we were able to fit all of this stuff in here. We got one chair there, got another chair there. I still have my pack in there. Heather's got her pack in here. We even got a hammock that we haven't set up yet. And we just have 2 drop down mats and some sleeping bags in here. I kind of like this tent. It's perfect for this because there's a big opening at the front here, just for the weather. We don't necessarily need to bring a tarp to put it over top. We did bring a tarp anyways, mainly for shade, and we can also use the tarp if we had to travel in the canoe while it was raining. A lot of little walking trails in between all of these sites. And unfortunately, at the Fisherman's Bay campground, the main area here kind of got damaged. I don't know if it's just from the weather. You can tell there's like a frame, like a wooden frame with a tarp, a heavy duty tarp over top of an area that you could have a fire pit. See, it's kind of like not holding up here. Not too sure what's going on there. They had these things holding up the frame, but you can tell that the wind or something happened here and broke stuff off, because this is down and there's actually a cable on the ground over there. So my guess is they'll come and fix those eventually. There's a nice little fire pit over here. There's a big picnic table over there. And there's this area here that's actually tarped in. And there's actual another little fire pit in there. A couple picnic tables. I think there's a fire ban right now. Fire ban in effect, so I don't know when they can come here and put fire ban signs, but they can't fix this. I guess this requires a little bit more tools, but they have access to boats. And one thing that we noticed as soon as we got here is that, I don't know, they're probably being attracted by food, but these things are kind of tame. We've seen 2 of them. They're just hanging around. They don't seem to be bothered one single bit that I'm close. I was setting up my tent and it was right close to here. It didn't care at all. And here are the bear lockers. So I'm going to show you guys this because this was not something that was available to me online. So there was only a picture of the bear lockers, which is kind of useless if you want to decide what you're going to bring. We had a large bear-proof cooler. Not saying that I wouldn't keep it in here anyways, but I wanted to bring it and I couldn't figure out how big this thing is. To give you an example here, I'm all the way in here. So yeah, it's a good 3 feet deep, and sideways it's another good, yeah, it's about 5 feet by 3 feet. But you really only have maybe 2.5 feet by 3 feet because you're supposed to share half and half. So this is the main campsite, and while I'm here, I'm just gonna show you guys. This is that steel cable that got broke. So it just snapped. Oh, that's what happened there. One piece of wood over there snapped, and then this steel cable here holding the other side also snapped. But I'm coming down at the other end here just to show you guys the dock. And according to the rules here, which is kind of on the website, but they're not all listed like it is here. So basically, quiet time is all the time. And don't snap, cut, or put nails or do anything to the trees or the bark. Don't monopolize common areas with your equipment and gear, so leave it kind of as is. There's 8 pads for a maximum capacity of 32 people, and you can't have a group size more than 10. And you cannot change campground locations during your trip. So I don't know who's going to police that, but if there's nobody around, like we got here, there was one other person. So, I mean, if we stay here and we changed our mind, I would change it, but I'm not too sure why that rule's there. The other thing is that you need a fishing permit to fish here because you're in a national park, which makes sense. And also, people who have camping permits like we do today, you can store their boat on the beach and they only want you to use the dock kind of as a temporary thing. So we came in here, we got off on the dock and we kind of looked around, and then we were going to pull all our gear off the dock and then realized that we took a campsite that's close to the water. It's a neat little dock. There's even a little plastic thing here if you wanted to go for a swim. Not suggested. This water is, how can I describe it? Cold as fuck. Even in July, I would not swim in this. Yeah. That right there feels like when you have the cold water tap in your house turned on for like a good 30 seconds and it's right cold. That's how that water feels. And it's outside air temperature right now is kind of quite warm. So it's just cold all the time because it's fed from friggin' glaciers. So now we're gonna go for another little walk here and show you guys what the washrooms look like. So this is the famous toilet. It says don't throw garbage in the toilet, which makes sense. The toilet scrubber in case you need it. There's a little bit of a privacy deck here. Not much, but it's better than just going out in the middle of nowhere and having a squat. There's this thing here. I'm not too sure what this deck is. It looks fairly new. So I don't know if they're trying to build the replacement for that. So this is where I'm signing out because I need to take a leak. Peace out, everybody. So we're up on day 2. It's pretty early morning here. Yeah, 9 o'clock in the morning. We've already had breakfast and we're slowly packing up almost everything. We're almost done actually. It didn't take us very long at all. Amazing view we have right now. The lake early in the morning especially. It'll be super calm. Like the sun's coming up and you can see just a slow mist of the water coming up and evaporating. And that's usually what causes all of that stuff at the back that you can see, like the mountains that are close, they're kind of dark. And then the mountains at the back, they're faded. It's basically all of the moisture coming up in the air and creating the clouds. And it makes it really difficult most days to see very far in the mountains because of that. There's so much moisture as soon as the sun comes out. But it makes for really pretty views. So when you go camping in the backcountry, what you do is that you grab your camera and you walk off. You walk off and you go choose some videos for like an hour and then you come back. And then the person you're with ends up doing all the work, packing all the gear. So we say goodbye to site number 3. Got it all cleared.